Hello everyone. How are you? Thank you for stopping into my YouTube channel today. My name is Cheryl Horvath and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I would like to show you this adorable little stamp set called Friends of the Forest, which is currently available in the January to June mini catalog. Some of you might recognize this punch. This does not come as a bundle. This punch was promoted in the last mini catalog for the Christmas holiday catalog, and it was the Peaceful Deer bundle, and they have brought in a new stamp set called Friends of the Forest that coordinates with the same deer image. So this punch from the Peaceful Deer bundle actually works with this stamp set for Friends of the Forest. So since I already owned him, I had to get this set and take advantage of the double bonus. Now, if you don't own this punch right now, you can purchase it still well, I can't say that it's in the annual catalog because I think they're just promoting it. If you look in your mini catalog, you'll see it's listed as an encore item, and so all of these items here are going to continue to be available, I think, through the end of the annual catalog. So if you need the Deer Builder punch, it's $18 and the code is 156390, or you could just search in your online store for Deer Builder punch and it will come up and you can order it that way. And the Friends of the Forest set is on page 19 and it is $17, I believe. Yeah. So look at all these adorable things they made with this set. I just fell in love with it. Oh, I'm also going to use the Cloud Punch today. So let me bring that one out too. The Cloud Punch is new to the mini catalog as well. So these are the three basic tools that we're going to be using today. This is the card that we're going to make. And I just think it's so bright and cheery and reminds me of spring. And I was even thinking this would make an adorable Easter card. You could tuck some Easter eggs in there, and then you could use the little bunny rabbit and make a really cute Easter card out of the same set. So anyway, we're going to do a little bit of coloring, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to color in this tree if you're not a fan of staying in the lines. I'll show you. There's a lot of little leaves to color, so I'm going to show you a trick of coloring this that will save you some time. If you're not into coloring, this will go super fast. Okay, so let's get started. I'll set these aside. Set that aside since I already have my stamps out. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get inking. So I have some scrap paper here that we're going to use to ink up the tree, the deer, and the fox. So I have my tree mounted on my bigger block. This is the E block, and I'm using Memento black ink. Get that inked up nice and good. I am using my stamp mat because we're dealing with photopolymer here, so we want to have that extra cushion to get this really good impression. Like that. Okay. Next we'll do the fox. This card does require some fussy cutting. So if you are not into that, this is probably not the card for you because we do fussy cut all three of these elements. But you could do a similar card stamping, with the same layout. By stamping directly onto the paper. Okay, and then the sentiment. So, oh, and you know what? We have a little birdie in there too. Let's get him inked up. Gonna put a cute little bird. Oh my gosh, adorable. Okay, get these out of the way. And then we're going to do our sentiment real fast. And the sentiment I chose was glad you're my friend, which I thought was very sweet. And I might trim this down. This is just scrap paper that I had, so. Okay. Let us get to coloring. I'm gonna put this away. Oh, I wanted to show you. This is my Stampin' Pierce mat, and I tape a piece of white paper on to it so that when I ink off the edges of whatever I'm inking, I don't ink directly onto my mat. So this protects that. And then on the back side, I don't know if you guys have the silicone mat, but it's for repelling adhesives when you're taping or gluing things down. And I glued it to the back of my mat. And I think I just used, yeah, I just used double-sided tape. It sticks on pretty well. And so now I always have it handy. So I'm using this when I'm stamping, and then when I'm getting ready to glue, I just flip it over, and I've got my silicone mat here ready to take the glue, so it doesn't get my desk all messy and yucky. So that's a cool tip for you today. Okay, so I told you I was going to show you how to color these trees in without a whole lot of fuss and muss. So I've got two colors here, granny apple green and garden green. And what I'm going to do is get out my watercolor painter. See if I can get some ink. You squish the ink pad together like that, it deposits some ink on the top that you can use. So what I'm going to do is start with the lightest color and get a little bit of water on there. Get some nice green, and you don't want it too wet. And I'm just dabbing. You don't have to worry about staying in the lines. You're just adding some color, and it's very loose watercoloring. I'm just dabbing. I don't know if you can see the brush strokes that I'm doing. Just dab here and there. Then I'm going to come in and pick up some of my darker green. I think I want to let this dry a little bit first. Yeah, I'm going to hit it with my heat tool real fast. Okay, so that those colors don't run together. And then I'm just adding some contrasting greens. You could also do the same thing with watercolor pencils. And just fill in a few leaves and then come back in with your water brush painter, your water brush thing, and get it wet and just kind of smear it around a little bit. So you can see I didn't stay in the lines at all on these, which I kind of like that look. There, like so. Super fast, super easy. Now I'm going to get my cinnamon cider light and dark markers, and I'm going to start with the light and just color this in. Okay, gotta remember to keep my head out of the way. So then I'm going to come in a little bit with my dark, and I'm using the brush end this time, and I'm just flicking a little bit just to give it a little bit of texture. Super easy. Okay, done with those two colors. Now we're going to bring in the light and dark bronze and ivory. So these I think are sold as a set. And I think they're underrated. These are some really nice blending colors along the same lines as crumb cake. But I'm going to start with the ivory, and I am just doing really basic coloring here, staying in the lines. Just going to cover his whole thing except for the very top, tippy tip of his tail. I'll leave white. They're super quick and easy for that. Then we're going to come in with our bronze, and just going to give them a little bit of accent here. Little shadows. Nothing too fancy. Maybe a little bit up here by his nose. And a little bit here. I'm just going to blend that in a little bit more. And a little bit of light petal pink. Give him a little cheek. Okay, done with those colors. The next colors for the little fox, I used those two, and then I used light. So for here, I'm just gonna put a little bit of crumb cake on the tail, leave the very tip white, and then I'm gonna make the bottom part of his face this crumb cake color, and then the rest I'm gonna come in with light Cajun. Is this light? Yeah. Looked a little dark to me, but it's light. Let's get this. I should zoom in a little bit more for you, huh? There, now maybe my big fat head will stay out of the way. And a little bit on the ears. Then I'm going to come in with the darker Cajun and just highlight the little furry areas a little bit. Like so. And he's done. Now what you could do if you wanted to blend the face a little bit more like this one, I blended it a little bit, so I used my blender pen to just soften the line between the light and the dark. And if you don't have this pen, you obviously don't need to do that, but I thought it was cute. Little pink ears. And then finally, for the bird, super easy, we're just going to use daffodil. Light daffodil. Boom. Okay. Now for the fussy cutting. What I do is I cut all my pieces out first, like that. I just find it easier to do it that way. All right, I'm gonna probably put this on high speed so that you don't have to endure it with me. But it does go pretty fast. This week in Punch, forgot about that. And I cut him way too short, so in order to manage that, I'm going to take a Post-it note and I'm going to stick it on him like so, and so I have a handle to hold him, because I don't want to fussy cut him. As much as I kind of enjoy fussy cutting, this one would be easier to just punch. So I got that right. So there's that guy. cute. And then this last little birdie, we're gonna put him in the tree. Oh, somehow I got off camera. Okay. There we have our pieces. Now we're going to get ready to assemble. We need one more piece, and that is a piece of cloud. And I'm going to use the same piece of scrap I just had out. And we're going to punch a cloud. Now we are ready to put our little card together. So we're going to start with a piece of basic white thick, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, yeah. So an 8 1/2 sheet of paper I cut down the center the tall way, and it's going to be a top folding card. So I pre-scored it. Then we're going to use, this is a 4 by 4 piece of paper. I need to zoom back out again, don't I? There. This is a 4 by 4 piece of paper that came from the Abstract Beauty paper pack, which is this right here. It comes in 4 by 6 sheets, and it's got some really fun patterns and such in there, and this piece came out of this. So that's where that came from. So that's just going to get glued down right at the top. You can use adhesive, wet or dry adhesive, whatever is your preference. Like so. Now for the, see, this is why I use wet, because I never get it on straight the first time. Now for the grass, there's a couple of things you can do. I used a 2 by 4 piece of this green paper. It came from the Sunshine and Rainbows paper pack. Looks like this. This is a Celebration paper pack, so you can get this for free with any $50 order until the end of the month. So if you haven't taken advantage of Celebration, you're going to want to do that. So on my card, I used a die to cut this little fringe, and that die came from the Eden dies from Eden's Garden bundle, and it's this one, and it just made a pretty little kind of a grassy border was what I thought it looked like. So I used that to make this border here on this card, so I ran that through. Now if you don't have that one, and you happen to have the slim dies, slimline card dies, these are called slim card dies, yep. If you have this, I used this one right here to create just like a little mound of grass, which is also cute. So you could use this. Now, and if you still don't have that one, just do a flat edge. It's still, we just want to have the element of sky and ground. So I'm going to use this one because I used this one on the first card. I'll save that for something else. So we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. And you're going to want to use a good bit. And we're going to put this down just like so. So you've got some nice geometrical patterns in this paper, which I thought was really super fun. Next, we're going to put the tree down and figure out where the cloud goes, like so. And these are both going to go down flat. So I'll do this first. And we're going to tuck this little tree right. Oh, I'm running into a dimensional right there, darn it. Maybe I can push it over. It's a little bit more centered than I wanted it to be. I should have put the tree down and then this, but well, we'll go with it. And then we kind of tuck him in like so, and he gets popped up with dimensionals too. Two bigs and a little. And I always like to use my tweezers when I use the little dimensionals. So I'm going to kind of tuck him behind the mountain like that. So he looks kind of like he's leaping. Oops. I don't know why I keep going so far up out of camera. And then this guy is going to be running up the hill, and he's not on dimensionals. He's just glued down. We'll put him right there. It's kind of frolicking in the grass. And then we need to trim this guy. So what I'm going to do is just take my long scissors. And I think I want to flag it. So I'm going to make it a straight edge on this side. And then I'm going to use my banner pick-a-punch and stick this in here like so. Cute. And we don't want to cover up his tail, so we're going to just lift this up a little bit. Glue is still a little tacky, so it should come up okay. I'm doing a little surgery here. Yeah, just like that. So then we're going to put this down. And line it up with the edge right there. Put his tail back down over the top of it. Might need to put a little bit more glue on him. Oh, maybe not. He's pretty stuck. Although his paws up here need some glue. Cute. And then for the final touch, I'm going to use these little butterfly gems, brushed brass butterflies. And I'm going to put a big one up here. Oh, we got to put our bird on too. And then maybe a little one there. And then this little guy. He's not very dark yellow. We need to color him a little bit darker. Let's go with a dark mango. Let's add, oh yeah, that's better. He wasn't very dark. And then we're going to put him in the tree right there. And he's also going to get just glued straight down. I popped the other one up, but I decided I didn't like it popped up. So this one I wanted to do straight down. So he's a little guy in the tree. Cute. Very sweet. Okay, there's our card. You can leave the inside blank, which is what I'm going to do. Actually, I finished the inside of this one like that. So I did use another piece of that rainbow paper, Sunshine Rainbows, and then I used this adorable little stamp that comes with it. It's this guy right here. It's cute, and I just repeated it. Whoops. I just repeated it across the bottom. So, cute little note card to a sweet friend. Get this stuff out of the way. And then if you wanted to do a matching envelope, that would be super cute too. Okay, that's my card for today, for the week, probably. It's Friday. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you are inspired to either work with the stamp set if you already own it, or go out there and purchase it. If you do use my host code this month, let me get to show you where that is. I do give a free gift to anybody that orders $40 or more. So if you ordered the punch and the stamp set, you would qualify. And I would be really happy to send you one of my handmade cards and a free little surprise gift for you. Okay, that's it for me. Gonna go back to here. Everybody have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Thanks, bye.